hindsight is 2020. You know, had we known that the market was going to go down, everybody was saying, oh my God, these houses are so nice. These are going to be worth $1 million before long. And there are properties in Oakland that have gone up to that. The market, when we bought this house, the market was really booming. And it seemed like there were a lot of investors out buying property, as well as people who were trying to get a home for the first time. This house was purchased in 2001 for $600,000. And my husband had been renting the house. He said the house at the time was on the market and nobody would buy it because of all the drug activity going on all the corners.
I think all of America was kind of high on the fact that you purchase a house and the property value just continued to increase and increase. So some of the residents, the long-time residents of Oakland wasn't immune to that.
And we got a predatory loan because we weren't quite credit worthy enough because of Alan's income. 2006, we were just barely hanging on because we had used, you know, every available resource that we could. Then the economy got bad and my husband couldn't get as much work as he had.
So what happened in Oakland was it was hit hard because it was a double whammy. Not only did the bubble, the houses didn't increase, but the mortgages remained the same or ballooned. But then a lot of people lost jobs. And then instead of, you know, the neighborhood it's not a community anymore because of the stress. There's no one there. There's no neighbor to talk to. You're not meeting people.
So we started having, you know, marital troubles, and we split up, and then things started really falling apart for me. Then my neighbors started going into default all around me, and so the sale of their property started impacting the value of mine. My neighbor across the street, his property sold for $150,000, and it's very disheartening and heartbreaking. My goodness, this was, some of the paper, this was just some of the paperwork. GMAC denies foreclosure moratorium. Oh, I have so many things. Legal documents. I was actually soliciting everybody trying to get help. This is documentation of me trying to make partial payments to at least show that I, in good faith, was trying to honor my obligation, and this was the check sent back finally when they decided to foreclose on me. Oh my goodness, just so many things. So I was, a year later, faced with, you know what? The reality is I'm going to be foreclosed on if I don't negotiate with my lender and see if they would allow me to do a short sale. And that's what I had to do. I actually went back to my old tenant, and she was able to secure a loan and has allowed me to become her renter. And you know, I'm very happy about it.
While you had this great sorrow of people losing their home, But you also had new people coming in, bringing vitality to the community.
We actually came from suburbia, and we're so thrilled to be out of that and to be where life is a little more raw. It's a little more intense. We fell in love with this area, and just saw that this would be the right place for us to be.
We're doing a back to school event, so that's why we have ABCs on our cupcakes.
And we have really had a great response from people in the area. We're right next to a convenience store, so we get a lot of foot traffic, and people are always coming by and they're like really excited that there's a small business here.
And a lot of the people that are coming into the community are people who want to be community. So yeah, there's some tension, but tensions are easily alleviated when you have a neighbor who moves in, who cleans his yard, and then helps you clean your yard.
And that's really what we want, is to get to know our neighbor. We want our kids to be able to see, at the same time experience all these different cultures, everything, to be able to say these, and really show that every life matters that much.
So I think it's a big tension between supporting people that are living here to continue living here, but also encouraging small businesses and new people to come at the same time. So how can we make sure that people who have been here for a long time don't get pushed out while there's all this new energy coming in?
Do we have some predatory investors that come in who just care about the bottom line? We certainly do. But I think that can be thwarted a little bit by people who come into the community interested in building community and interested in being community.
Okay, I'll be back in a little while.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
See you later.
We didn't want the neighborhood to stay in the deplorable condition that it was in. And so, you know, I feel like I have helped with the gentrification. And it's kind of a bitter pill to swallow, except I've met a lot of nice new people too.